Did you know that 73% of Americans who want to own their own home point to affordability as the biggest hurdle standing in their way? In this video, we'll go over some of the key points to keep in mind as you decide whether buying a house is a smart idea for you in the current market. Hey guys, I'm Brandy Leiden, host and founder of Mom You're Not Alone, and I'm also a local realtor and investor here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So today we're going to dive into whether or not it's a good idea for you to buy a home. So first we're going to talk about the number one thing is going to be considering your situation. So your financial situation is the most important thing to keep in mind when deciding whether or not to buy a house. Because if you're drowning in debt or don't have a down payment saved, you are not in a position to buy a house, bottom line. But if your finances are in good shape, you still need to consider a few things. Location is a big one. If you want to live in the city or a part of town with good schools and it's crazy expensive homes, renting right now might be affordable than buying. Or you could buy a house in a different part of town where prices are more affordable, but you'll compromise on schools or your commute to work. So here's something else to think about. If you don't see yourself living in the same city for a few years, you might not want to buy a home there. You usually want to stay in a house at least 3 years to avoid losing money when you sell it. You also don't have to pay capital gains tax, in the state of Tennessee anyway, if you at least live in a home after 2 years or more than 2 years. And once you buy a home and you're willing and able to maintain it, mowing the grass, cleaning the gutters, replacing furnace filters, you'll either need to do those things yourself or hire someone to do it, and that'll cost you money. The repair maintenance costs can really add up. So remember, the monthly rent or the monthly mortgage payment isn't the only expense to consider. Why home ownership is worth it. So renting may be the best course of action for you in the short term, but I do believe that long-term buying is the best option. And here are some of the reasons why. So rents go up every year. Never fails, no matter what market we're in, rents are typically going to go up. One of the biggest pros of owning a home is your ability to be in better control of your budget. So while property taxes and home maintenance costs may fluctuate, you typically are going to have a fixed rate mortgage, so your main payment will stay the same for the life of the loan. That makes budgeting planning much simpler. And if you're a renter, your landlord could increase your monthly payment each time your lease is up. In fact, data from some websites show that the median price for one bedroom rent jumped more than 20 or even 30% in some U.S. markets between 2022 and 2023. That is a big variable in your budget, as well as a huge hit to your wallet. Also, the value of the house goes up, so your home will likely increase in value over the time depending on the market and how well you take care of it. So what you buy today for $300,000 could sell for $360,000 down the road. You also have tax advantages. So many costs of owning a home, like property taxes, mortgage interest, are tax deductible. Definitely consult your CPA on this. You also have the freedom to renovate your house. So you're able to do paint, small upgrades, replace your countertops, do any kind of upgrades you want to your home. You also have more privacy. So typically you're purchasing a condo or a home and you have privacy. You're not on a floor of 20 people in an apartment complex of potentially hundreds of people. If you're in a financial position to do so and you're ready to stay put for at least a few years, buying a house is completely worth it. So you're going to gain stability, you're going to build equity, and this in turn is building you wealth, right? And you're also going to retain a sense of ownership and control rather than being at the whim of a landlord. However, the process involves a lot of money and a lot of potential mistakes. So rather than doing it yourself, consider working with an expert. Team up with a licensed realtor, and this person is going to be able to guide you through all the twists and turns of the housing market with confidence. If you don't have a realtor, definitely reach out. I'll be able to help you in the state of Tennessee. So guys, if you think about what does home ownership mean to you, I'll share my personal story. I bought my first house when I was 20, and I think I've had, 6 houses since then. So think about it, somebody in their 20s now, it's almost, affordability is really hard, right? But I was able to buy when I was 20, when I was 23, and on, build equity all the way through. Now at 41, here I have a lot of wealth built through owning a home. So I think that my biggest takeaway from home ownership is it builds you wealth. So I think that's huge. If you guys have any more questions on home ownership, buying or selling, please reach out to me. All right, guys, if you felt some value in this episode, I want you to subscribe today at Brandy Leiden on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here today. And we also have a Facebook group Mom, You're Not Alone. I want to personally invite you to join that. This is where we've got a community of moms who are coming together and helping each other build wealth. So join that today because Mom, You're Not Alone.